Have you ever felt completely paralyzed by a big life decision? You've made the pro-con lists, you've asked for advice, but you're still just stuck in a loop of what-ifs. What if I told you the ancient Greeks had a word for the exact tool you're missing? It's called phronesis, and it's not just about being smart. It's the art of practical wisdom that can help you navigate life's biggest challenges with real clarity. We are drowning in information. Every single choice, from what to eat for lunch to which career to chase, comes with 1,000 different opinions, endless data, and the quiet pressure to get it perfect. The common advice is to be rational, weigh the evidence, and make a spreadsheet. But the most important decisions we face aren't simple math problems, are they? They're complicated, messy, and deeply human. That's where the lists and the logic just fall flat. How do you put a number on the value of moving for a relationship? How do you weigh the risk of starting your own business against the regret of never even trying? When logic alone can't give you the answer, you feel stuck. This isn't a personal failing. It's a sign that our modern tools aren't enough. We have more information than ever, but a real deficit of wisdom. The ancient Greeks, and Aristotle in particular, really understood this problem. He talked about 3 types of knowledge. First, there's episteme. That's your theoretical knowledge, or book smarts. Second, you have techne, which is a technical skill, like knowing how to build a chair or write code. But the third, and maybe the most important, was phronesis. You can translate it as practical wisdom, but it's really the ability to make good judgments and do the right thing in complex, real-life situations. It's not about knowing universal truths. It's about figuring out the best path forward in the messy reality of life. Think of a great leader, a compassionate doctor, or that grandparent you always turn to for advice. They don't just have knowledge or skills. They seem to have an intuition for what to do and say at the right moment. That's phronesis in action. So how do you get this practical wisdom? Aristotle believed phronesis wasn't some gift you were born with, but something you could build on a few key pillars. The first is contextual judgment. Phronesis is all about seeing what's right for a person in a specific situation. It throws the one-size-fits-all approach out the window and instead asks, what's the wise and good thing to do right here, right now? Second, it acts like a moral conductor. Life constantly pulls us between competing values. When should you be brutally honest? And when is it better to be kind? When do you need courage, and when is the wiser path to be cautious? Phronesis is the master skill that helps you weigh these competing virtues and find the right balance, what Aristotle famously called the golden mean. Finally, and this is the big one, phronesis is built through the experience and habit. You can't learn it just from a book. You have to go out and live. It's built from real-world decisions, from reflecting on your successes, and just as importantly, your failures. Aristotle believed we learn good habits as kids, but it's only as we get older and gain experience that we can mix those habits with reason to develop true wisdom. You can't apply wisdom to the world if you don't understand your own inner world first. This is where phronesis links up with that other famous Greek idea, inscribed at the Temple of Apollo at Delphi. Know thyself. Knowing yourself means understanding your own strengths, weaknesses, biases, and what really motivates you. It's step 1. How can you make a wise choice if you don't realize you have an irrational fear of failure or a tendency for wishful thinking? Socrates taught that wisdom begins when we admit what we don't know. As the old saying goes, knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom. Self-awareness is the soil where practical wisdom grows. The best part is that phronesis is a skill you can actually work on. Here are a few ways to start. First, practice deliberate reflection. Keep a journal, but focus it on your decisions. When you're facing a tough choice, write it all out. Explore the different values at play. And after you've made a choice, come back to it and reflect on how it went. What did you learn? This is how you turn raw experience into usable wisdom. Second, seek out different experiences and perspectives. Phronesis grows when you step into the unknown. Get out of your comfort zone, talk to people who see the world differently, and take on complex problems that don't have simple answers. Third, learn from good examples. An apprentice learns from a master, and we can do the same. Study the lives of people who show real wisdom. Read biographies, look at history, and find mentors in your own life whose judgment you trust. Watch how they handle tough situations. Phronesis isn't some secret power reserved for long-dead philosophers. It is a timeless and deeply practical skill for navigating the beautiful mess of life. It's the ability to see the bigger picture, to balance your head and your heart, to know what really matters, and to act with both courage and kindness. By consciously working on it, you can move beyond just being smart and start unlocking your brain's full potential for genuine wisdom. What's a complex decision you're facing right now? Share it in the comments below. Let's talk about how practical wisdom might help. And if you want to explore more ancient ideas for modern life, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell.